already manipulating the sky. You can see this trail running right through the center. Then it breaks off. And then it picks up again way out in the back there. Above me ain't too bad. Got a little orgone hole going. You can see this nastiness right in the center there. It's been going through the whole process. The little puffs, the ripples, the lines. You can see a fake cloud in the center being formed. Nice little hole here. Still, even where there's no clouds, it's still a layer of white mist. We can see this stuff in the center here. This was likely from a airplane trail getting blasted out. You can see that trail clearing out now. Oh, there's the rest of the trail way back there. So right in the center there, the atmosphere changed. So this heavily persistent contrail couldn't manage to hold itself together right there. We can see how blasted it is out in the back here. Total contrail mist. You can see this up here, getting the evenly spaced lines right in the center there. Nice even chops. You know. You know, start noticing your forecast when they say it's going to rain and thunderstorm. You'll notice what goes on in your sky. It seems to always be filled with airplane trails or a mist before this the rain comes in. We got nice big puffy clouds in the background there. That's the only thing real going on here. Everything else is a manipulation. And it's just such a layer of white mist up there. It's starting to kind of clear itself out from what it was. It was just a total layer of mist. Back out here we could see everything's being pushed. It's starting here and it's being pushed to the right there, being pushed south. You look up towards the sun, just totally white. And that trail out there is just expanding and spreading. Yet in the center it couldn't hold itself together, as I stated. This up here is getting its final stage of manipulation, either being blasted out into the white mist, is what it looks like. Nice even chops up running through it. Clouds are moving north, and the magic mystery contrail layer isn't moving again consistently. Wow, squirrel invasion here. Oh, they're gonna get each other. These things are crazy. Got a blue jay been coming by lately. Look at these guys. Oh, bugger, you crazy. You freaking crazy, dude. It's a peanut and that's it. I don't know where his buddy went. But yeah, that trail is not losing an inch of mass, just expanding and expanding. It's supposed to thunderstorm later. So they just need this layer of mist up there. And they can hit it. I don't know if they got ion towers. I really don't doubt that there's ionization towers. They got them in little small countries. So to think that we're not using them is kind of ridiculous. We're supposed to be the technological leaders of the world, and we're not using ionization towers. We'll just let California get droughted out and, you know, stupid stuff like that, which is being shown that the water vapor heading to California is just getting held off. They're trapping it in the chemtrails and then they're releasing it later on. Houston, Texas has 2 feet. They're 2 feet over in the rain they get in a year. 2 feet of extra rain. As Texas keeps going against Obama's gun laws and his transgender bathroom laws, Texas just coincidentally keeps getting flooded out. Coincidentally. So I'm sure they got more floods coming after the calling the transgender bathroom holding back the school money, school funding, calling it blackmail. So they're gonna have some more flooding on the way soon. And we'll see what the sky looks like later. Total mist layer up there. What a joke. Another monster laid. You can see this big hook, you know, really looks like it's taken off from a low angle. Could call it an illusion or whatever, but the other planes coming from that route, which is where the airport is, don't make that sort of hook like that. They come straight from the airport. There's no reason for some sort of hook like that if it's just one plane every so often doing it. Always on a chemtrail day, you never see this path taken when they're not spraying stuff. So the last chemtrail you can see is still out there. See a bit of it by the satellite dish there, and that was like 10 minutes ago. And they just come straight. They don't make this hook. So the one that needs to make this hook, we can see this, the trail all sort of broken up down there. But the last trail, right in the center here, it wasn't able to leave anything. Same area, and the trail wouldn't hold there. Now all of a sudden the trail holds there. So the atmosphere must have changed in 10 minutes to allow that part of the trail to hold. So you really see this preparation right before they predict rain. You want to keep calling it a coincidence, you can call it a coincidence. And the sun halos that these fake weathermen keep talking about, and they keep posting pictures on Twitter that I keep arguing with them about, they keep saying it's all from ice crystals. All from ice crystals. And meanwhile, got an abstract paper from Harvard University that did a study saying that there's unknown metals and metal oxides mixed in with their ice saturation samples for the ice crystals that they're taking in the sky. There's metals of an unidentified origin from Harvard. So the weathermen still want to deny it and just keep saying it's ice crystals. Meanwhile, you got a top university that does top atmospheric studies with Dr. David Keith saying there's metals of an unidentified origin, and I'll link that article below the video. Meanwhile, the weathermen keep posting this stuff as if it's normal. These sun halos that no one really remembers growing up with on a multi-weekly basis, all of a sudden are beyond a common thing. And they just happen to coincide with days when they're releasing airplane trails. So it's not a natural sun halo, it's artificial, because it's coming from an airplane. So if you think something coming out of the back of an airplane, manipulating your atmosphere to manipulate a planet like the sun, or a body, a celestial body up there like the sun, you know, if you think that amount of manipulation in the sky is beautiful, I'm not sure what you're into. It's nothing of nature, I'll tell you that. Because this is just nasty. And, you know, people want to talk about they're environmentalists and they only eat organic and all of this garbage. You know, if you don't care what goes on in your sky and it's manipulating the sun and the moon and the way everything appears, you're not really into nature, I'll tell you that much. Oh, we can see up here, getting bright, but we got the nice little chop lines running. You know. This trail is basically losing no mass, expanding into little puffs. And these weathermen are frauds. You go back and forth with them on Twitter, and they'll tweet with you for one tweet, and then after that tweet, they're sending you back stupid, like either insults or making jest of the whole situation, making fun of it, because they can't really debate all of these papers and information out there that suggest there's something going on in the atmosphere. You know, these weather forecasters, they're script readers, and people look at them like they're God or something. They're the first ones that could be replaced by a robot. We sure as hell don't need these weathermen, I'll tell you that. They're reading, you know, their forecast or whatever they're getting from Raytheon, so who needs someone up there, these you know, pretty faces wearing skimpy clothes to pretty much distract you from the real story, saying what's really going on with the weather. One weatherman was tweeting the situation up in the Northeast. In a 5-mile difference, a 5-mile land difference, there was a 40-degree temperature difference. Within 5 miles, 40 degrees. That's like saying it's 90 degrees on this side of town, and it's 50 degrees on the other side of town. And they're explaining that as normal. 5 miles. Think about someone you know lives 5 miles away, and think about a 40-degree temperature difference. But that's normal to the weatherman. You know, no big deal, because they're told to say it's normal. "40 degrees in 5 miles. It's amazing. So as long as people get an explanation or a little story, they'll believe anything. So we can see the mist up here. Still got a nice little orgone hole working over the house. This over here is getting thicker and thicker. You can see how in the center there, that's being manipulated. That mist, they're starting to turn into clouds. And I presume there'll be another trail coming up soon. And they're making a storm front here. Right before your eyes, you're seeing your storm fronts made. So you can either go outside and look up in your sky, or you can go put on your shady weatherman with the big smile, who's showing you sun halos and saying, oh, it's just a perfectly natural thing, it's just ice crystals. Meanwhile, Harvard University says there's unknown metals, unidentified metals, mixed in with the ice crystals. So, and that's where your weatherman disappears, when you start sending them studies and things like that. They're done. Game over. They gotta shut up before they say too much, and they lose their job.